Today, I'm going to show you my favorite strategy for building credit easily and automatically. I'm Craig, I'm a former financial coach and jack of all trades who wants to help people learn useful life skills that aren't being taught in most schools. Subscribe to my channel and we'll work to level up our skills, plus I'll try to make it entertaining. Let's get to it. I've taught this technique to over 1,000 people during my time as a financial coach. It is hands down the best technique I have come across for building credit. Once this strategy is set up, building credit is going to be easy. But be sure to stick around until the end of this video to avoid missing a crucial step that could unravel the whole plan. The first thing I need to do is find a credit card to use for the strategy. I will only be making one purchase on this card per month and won't use it for any other spending. I have to make sure that this card is committed for the sole purpose of building credit. No emergencies, no gas, no other stuff. If you don't have a credit card, I'll put a link in the description to my video on how to shop for a credit card. Yes, we shop for credit cards. We don't go with whatever just comes in the mailbox. I need my credit card to have a limit of at least $100. Any limit lower than this is going to make it very difficult for someone to build credit based on how credit scores are currently calculated. I do not want one of those $50 prepaid cards. Those are practically useless. Once I have a card in hand, I'm going to pick a monthly bill that I'll be paying with this card. I'm going to pick a bill that is small and doesn't change each month. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, all of those work perfectly. Again, they're small and they don't change each month. Cell phone bills and utility bills are not ideal for this strategy because they can change values based on your usage, and the bill amount is typically much higher than that of, say, Netflix. The bill amount matters in this case because this method is typically used for students with limited incomes who are just getting started with credit cards or people who are rebuilding their credit. In both of those groups of people, the credit limit is typically small. One major factor in a credit score is the utilization ratio. It makes up 30% of your score. The ratio is calculated by how much you've spent on your card divided by the total amount available to spend on the card. Well, how about that? A real-world math example where you use fractions. To keep a good score, I need to keep that ratio as low as possible. With a bill like Netflix of less than $15 per month, this will be doable. $15 out of a $100 card limit equates to a utilization ratio of 15%. Most guidelines recommend that you stay under 30% utilization, although I've seen a negative impact on my score with an even lower ratio than that. 15% is a good target for us to shoot for. So I have a card selected, I have a bill selected, now I need to automate the bill paying process. This is super important and the key to this whole strategy. On-time payments are worth 35% of a credit score. Paying on time is literally the most important part of building credit, so I don't want to skip this step. I don't want a chance forgetting to pay my bill, especially when I can eliminate the potential for human error by just using a bill pay app through my bank or credit union. To get this all set up, first I'm going to log into my Netflix account, go to the settings, and enter my credit card information. Next, I'm going to log into my credit union account and set up an automatic payment to that credit card for the total bill amount. Remember, this bill will include taxes, so you may need to wait until you get your first statement from them to see exactly what they're charging you. Let me reiterate this part. I want to pay off the bill in full every month. Keeping a balance on a credit card each month does not improve a credit score. That is a myth and an expensive one because it causes people to pay a bunch of money in interest. I'm going to schedule the payment for a few days before my bill is actually due. The payment due date is displayed on the monthly credit card statement. By scheduling towards the end of the due date, but a few days before it's due, this allows my money to sit in my bank account where it can earn interest during that time period. Check out my other video on how to find a bank or credit union that pays competitive interest. I put the link in the description. By charging this small amount to my credit card each month and paying the amount in full and on time each month, I will start building a payment history that improves my credit score. But wait, there's more. There are a few additional details I need to make sure of so I don't screw this up. The card I'm using to pay these bills needs to be removed from my wallet, so I don't use it for any other spending. I also don't want the card number to be linked to my Amazon account or any other retail accounts. I keep mine in a filing cabinet. This ensures I don't make any accidental purchases on that card. The whole idea of this is to set it and forget it. Adding more bills to this card will not help this process. It actually does the exact opposite by complicating everything. The credit card companies just want to see that I can make a purchase and pay it off on time. That's it. The amount doesn't really matter. The credit card companies report payments once a month. No more, no less. Which means the max payment history I'd see is one payment per month per card. Technically, I could use this same strategy with multiple credit cards and multiple different bills to establish payment history faster. I don't want to get too crazy with this though. Using this strategy for one card is perfectly fine. The last step, and probably the most important step, is that I need to keep money in my bank or credit union account. When this bill auto pays each month, there needs to be money in the account. If not, it will overdraft the bank account, which will cost a lot of money in fees. Fees eat up profits from side hustles really quick, so I need to make sure that this never happens. I have to make sure I am bringing in enough money to cover all those bills. Otherwise, I don't want to set up this strategy. If I were a student who didn't have bills yet, I'd discuss doing this strategy with one of my family's bills. Say, the Netflix bill. I know growing up, my parents would have been cool with letting me pay the Netflix bill to build my credit. Which bill are you going to pay with this strategy? Let me know in the comments below. In the next video, I'll talk about some advanced strategies with credit cards and how you can use them to bring in more money and travel for free.